Hello, welcome back here for Game 2 of this doubleheader between the UMass Boston Beacons and Southern Maine Huskies. Southern Maine taking the first game by final score 11-5. Haley Catania on the mound for UMass Boston. And the lineup in order, the same for the Huskies as Aaron Martin takes a first pitch ball. And that's in for a strike. So 1-1 the count here. And a foul tip off of Landry. It looks like she's okay. And 1-2 here on Martin. Martin, who went 2 for 4 in that first game with a double RBI. And a sacrifice bunt. 1 run scored for Martin as well. She comes in today. In the afternoon, we should say, batting .310, and now sends this deep to right field. Washington can't get there. That will go to the fence. And Martin around second, cutoff throw, comes in to Danahy, and so a leadoff double to start off this game for Martin. So again, the Huskies showing here, as they did in Game 1, their proficiency in going to the opposite field. And now up to bat will be Caitlin Nelson. She was 2 for 4 last game with an RBI and a run scored. One of those hits, a triple. And so she looks to bunt perhaps here. She takes that one outside for ball 1. Now I say that caught the plate for strike 1. 1-1 the count here against Nelson. Catania with the pitch. That's popped up and nicely handled there by Ruggiero. So Nelson unable to get the bunt down, and that's out number 1. And next up to the plate will be Ashley Tinsman. She had herself a Game 1 of this doubleheader, 2 for 4. Also an RBI, 2 runs scored. It was the bottom of the order for the Huskies, really getting on base, and then the top of the order getting them home. And that's in for a strike. And that's lofted down the right field line. Don't think that there will be the real estate. And so a very long strike to make it 1-2 on Tinsman. So Catania comes in 0-1 on the season. 4 appearances, all starts. And Tinsman grounds it towards Danahy, off the glove, and she'll hold it in the infield, but everyone will be safe here. As Danahy going back to her right, trying to backhand that choppy grounder. And so an infield single. We'll have runners at first and third with 1 away for the Huskies. And now at the plate, Alexis Brown. Fastball, strike 1. And it's Brown to the gap, and no one can get there as a collision between Jakes and Perquette. And all the way around will come, and with a stand-up triple It's Alexis Brown getting two across the plate here to begin the first inning. So that drive to left field found a sliver of space between Jakes and Perquette. And a bit of a collision there. Both looks like they are okay, but Southern Maine building off the offense that found its stride in the later innings of Game 1 of this doubleheader, and they've carried it over here in the first inning of Game 2. So now Lauren Leideman-Smith. That's in for a strike from Catania. Leideman-Smith going 1 for 3 in Game 1 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Pitch in the dirt from Catania will make the count 1-1. As the sun dips behind the Clark Athletic Center here on the campus of UMass Boston. That's fouled out of play. 1-2 here on Leideman-Smith. So Catania trying to record the second out of the inning here. And that's just over the outstretched glove of Sandin. That will score Brown. And so an RBI single here from Leideman-Smith. And the Huskies striking early here against UMass Boston. Curveball outside, ball 1 on Madison Day. Day went a few players hitless there in the Game 1 for the Huskies. Curveball down low, 2-0 now. They're going to call that a strike. No, I think we had it right the first time. 2-0 the count. Up high, 3-0 now against Day. So a 3-0 pitch from Catania. And call that a strike, so Catania now 3-1 against Day. Runner on first is Lauren Leideman-Smith. One down here in the top of the first inning. And it's already 3-0 for Southern Maine. 3-1 pitch from Catania. Grounded down the third base line. That goes foul to force a full count. And this has popped up out of play. So full count here again for Madison Day. As Catania's been busy here in the top of the first. And change up, that's floated high in the air, dropped there, but the throw the second in time. As DeCenzo had some trouble, but holding the bag was Leideman-Smith, and even though it was dropped initially, still one out recorded there by the first baseman. So fielder's choice That goes by the pitcher. Danahy right there, throws to first. And that'll do it for the inning. But as we said, damage done here by the Huskies. 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors, and 1 left on base. As the Beacons will try and respond in the bottom of the first. Welcome back here on the campus of UMass Boston. It'll be Alexis Brown getting the start for the Huskies here in Game 2. She is 8-0 on the year, 1.19 ERA, making her 9th start of the season. Opponents averaging just .221 against her at the plate. She's averaging almost 7 strikeouts per game. It'd be Kelly Ruggiero here to start things off as a ball in the dirt for ball 1. So as impressive as Brown is as a hitter, perhaps equally, if not more so, impressive as a pitcher. Up high for ball 2, though. Ruggiero, 1 for 3 in the first game with a walk and a stolen base. Swing and miss on that fastball. Now 2-1 against Ruggiero. Another fastball by Ruggiero, 2-2 quickly now for Alexis Brown. Outside for ball 3. Full count worked by Ruggiero. As the umpire and coach there, Jamo, will come out to have a conversation. So, saw a couple illegal pitches on Brianna Melchionda in the first game. It looks like Alexis Brown getting a warning here as that's popped up to the catcher. Tinsman trying to locate it, does so. And that is the first out of the bottom of the first. So Ali Diute getting the start here in Game 2 after working off the bench for Game 1. Diute played in Game 2 of the doubleheader last week against Plymouth State, went 1 for 2. And that is up high and past Tinsman for a harmless ball 1. Diute, the junior from Braintree, Massachusetts, slaps to right field, foul. So 1-1 the count here in Diute. That's fouled out of play too. 1-2. One-two pitch in the dirt. Even things up 2-2. Two-two pitch, swung on and missed. Strikeout for Brown, her first of the game. And so Kelly Danahy went 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles in game 1. It's part of the unfortunate double play that finished up the win for the Huskies in game 1. She grounded out to the pitcher, and then it was Perquette caught in a rundown afterwards who was trying to sneak home as a play was made to first to get Danahy out there. And this is driven down the right field line. And this is fair. And extra bases here for Danahy. Around second she'll go. No, she'll hold up there. And so another double here for Danahy. She now has 4 on the season, thanks to 3 doubles this afternoon. Danahy, what a great start to the season she's having. Already hitting .611 coming into this game. And now 3 for 5 so far here today. That'll be Drew Washington. And that misses a plate, so 1-0 here against Washington. Washington went 0 for 2 with a walk in game 1. That's too low. 0-2. Rather 2-0 here against Washington. So Alexis Brown, 2 weeks ago, Little East Pitcher of the Week, has allowed just 2 runs over her last 2 games. Last game, 6 innings pitched. 0 runs allowed, 7 Ks, 4 hits. And so this goes just foul. Make the count 2-2. So Southern Maine has a pair of great weapons as Washington reaches out to poke this to shallow center, and the second baseman, Lyman Smith, back to make the catch. So the Bacons can't make anything of the 2-out double hit by Kelly Danahy, and so it's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Huskies still lead 3-0 as we go to the second. To the second inning we go here at UMass Boston softball field. The Huskies holding a 3-0 lead. Leading off the inning for Southern Maine will be Hannah Shields. Shields had a productive first game of this doubleheader, 2 for 3. Pair of runs scored as well. But continues in there for strike one. Huskies scoring 3 runs. Helped along by the 2-run triple. That's fair off the glove of Ruggiero, and that will be a single for Hannah Shields. Pretty hot to handle there for Ruggiero at the hot corner. And a leadoff runner here to start the second is Hannah Shields. So again, go back to run scoring in the first. It was a 2-run triple from Alexis Brown, followed up by an RBI single by Lauren Leideman-Smith. And now, Samantha Halk, who had a 2-run homer in game 1, throw back to first. And now the glove to DeCenzo, but Shields was back in time either way. Want to know the count here against Halk? And that's stroked by Ruggiero. And so this will make it all the way to the fence. Coming around to score will be Shields. And standing up at second, Samantha Halk. So that one goes sailing by Ruggiero. And we're going to have a pinch runner here for Halk. And that'll be Lauren Miller coming in to run for Halk. So no one out here, already a run across home plate. 4-0, Southern Maine leads. Aaron Martin, who started off this game with a leadoff double. And Martin down the right field line. That will head out of play into the stands. And 0-1 the count here against Martin. Outside, 1-1. Southern Maine can put up the runs in bunches, averaging 7.4 per game. As that finds the bottom of the zone, 1-2 here against Martin. You just look at some of their recent games. 10-4, the win over Keene State, followed up by 8-2 win and a doubleheader. Then Plymouth State, 6 runs and a 6-5 victory. 8-0, 6-inning win. That's fouled off the fence. We're supposed to have a 4-game set against Eastern Connecticut State on the road. 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. Check that. That's just a third. Ruggiero there. Throw in time. And so that will keep Miller at second. And a nice play by Ruggiero on that hit by Martin. So it's supposed to be 2 games on Friday, 2 games on Saturday. all postponed. As a quick bunt here from Nelson. Play to first is in time once again. So 2 away. And the runner on third is still Lauren Miller, the pinch runner. Ashley Tinsman, who singled in her first trip to the plate in game 2. You get the feeling that 4-game set against Eastern Connecticut State may have helped determine maybe who's going to finish up here, as this is driven foul. Finished up atop the Little East standings, but that got postponed. And no word yet as to whether those games are going to be rescheduled here for either side. Otherwise, Huskies can look ahead to some doubleheaders over the horizon. That's in the dirt for a ball. 2-1 the count. As Plymouth State will host the Huskies on May 4th, and then back at home for a 2-game set against Castleton. This is through the hole in the left field. That will score Miller, who sprints across home, and another single and an RBI here this time for Tinsman. That makes the score 5-0 in the second. You have to wonder whether those 4 games against Eastern Connecticut State will ever be rescheduled, as Alexis Brown with a triple and 2 runs scored off of that hit in the first inning. She'll drive this in left field, so that will find the wall as well. Extra bases as Tinsman rounds third, being waved home. Throw into Ruggiero. She will hold on to it. Standing up at second is Tinsman. Make that Brown as Tinsman comes in to score. And in a flash, it is 6-0 for Southern Maine. Already 8 hits managed by the Huskies here. And we're not even through 2. Lineman Smith whiffs on the first pitch from Catania of this bat. Southern Maine has just been making great contact here to start off game 2. That change up fools as Lineman Smith. Make it 0-2. So 2 down here, an 0-2 count here on Lineman Smith. Catania trying to escape with any further damage. 0-2 pitch. Popped up towards right field. Washington into play. And she'll make the final out of the inning. So another 3 runs scored, another 4 hits managed. No errors and 1 left on base. And we head to the bottom of the second with the Beacons behind 6-0. Lauren Bethea will begin the bottom of the second for the Huskies. Bethea 0 for 3 in game one. As Alexis Brown was able to escape a 2-out double hit by Kelly Danahy in the bottom of the first. Able to get Drew Washington to fly out to first base. So the Huskies ahead 6-0 in the bottom of the second. And fastball by Bethea for strike one. And another one by Bethea. He was quickly behind the count 0-2. And so the 0-2 pitch here from Brown. And the changeup will get Bethea. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And a second strikeout here for Brown is out number 1 for the Beacons. Elena Jakes getting the start here in left field for the Beacons. Jakes was able to come in and get a pinch hit single and scored on a wild pitch in game one. Swings on this one. And Brown just dealing here in the bottom of the second. All strikes so far. And that catches the edge of the plate for strike two. Up high for ball one. First ball thrown by Brown here. In this bottom of the second. A check swing. Looks like she went. And so a third strikeout, second of this inning for Brown. And Tori DeCenzo will try and come in and break some of the dominance here by the Huskies hurler. And strike one called here against DeCenzo. Brown making quick work here on the mound. A fastball for strike two. And the 0-2 pitch from Brown. Foul towards the third base line. And a diving catch made by Nelson to finish up the inning. So 2 strikeouts from Brown and a stellar play by Nelson. 3 up, 3 down for the Beacons here in inning number 2. And so it remains 6-0 for Southern Maine as we look towards the third. Madison Day will start things up for us, leading off the third inning for Southern Maine. Madison Day, who is 0 for 1 today. Reached base on a fielder's choice in the first inning. And 0-2 the count quickly on the shortstop. And a swing and a miss as Catania gets her first strikeout of the game. As Verona Scott, who grounded out the second to finish up the first for the Huskies. Ground towards shortstop side. Nice diving play by Sandin. Will the throw be in time? No, too late. Good work by Sandin to even get to that grounder. But it's Scott with the infield single. And so she's on board with one away here for Southern Maine. Hannah Shields with a single on a run. Last inning for Southern Maine. On deck, Samantha Hauk. Up high for ball one here on Shields. Shields, now sophomore from Buckfield, Maine. Conference Player of the Year during her time at Buckfield High School. And that is outside for ball two. Take her stats over the last 3 games, combine them with what she did in game one. Shields now 7 for her last 12. With 6 RBIs as well. So Shields having a nice stretch here for Southern Maine as a count on her 3-0. Up high, and she draws the walk. Scott will go to second, Shields on first, and Samantha Hauk. And it looks like Jordan Cummings now will come in to pinch run for Scott. So Lauren Miller, who pinch ran for Hauk back in the second inning, came around to score. And so Coach Jamo looking for the same thing for Cummings in for Scott at second base. Hauk doubled in her first at-bat for Southern Maine here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Later come around to score thanks to the 2-out double by Alexis Brown. Pitch in the dirt and staying at second and first will be both runners. So 1-0 here against Hauk. Catania will deal. Popped up towards shortstop. There's Sandin getting under it. And she'll make the play for out number 2. So a pop up to shortstop, and it's back to the top of the order. Aaron Martin 1 for 2 here in game 2. Leadoff double back in the first, also scored a run. Catania, fastball for the first strike. Aaron Martin from Biddeford, Maine. And right back off of Catania on that drive. This will be fielded in foul territory. Catania trying to shake that off. It looks like it went right off either her arm or perhaps her abdomen. She's quickly tended to here by team physicians. That'll count as an infield single, so bases loaded now with 2 outs. And so we'll see if Catania's going to be able to stay in the game. Coach Ardagna had to go pretty deep into her bullpen last game against the Southern Maine Huskies, as Brianna Melchionda got the start, but then we saw Meghan Adams and Emily Doble all coming in relief. Catania looks like she's going to stay in the game. So Catania able to battle through, shake this off, and so we'll try and get out of danger here, as they'll give her a few warm-up pitches. See how she feels. So Catania wants to get one more here. Just to make sure all is okay. And it looks like she has the approval of both herself, teammates, and the coach. And so she'll stay in there. But now a situation here for the Catania to contend with bases loaded, 2 outs. And now up to bat, Caitlin Nelson. 0 for 2 so far. And Catania comes back from the brief injury to throw a first pitch strike. And that's tipped foul there by Nelson, 0-2. Catania and the Beacons trying to get out of this inning clean. With 2 outs, bases loaded, and an 0-2 count. Catania. And that is fouled off by Nelson to stay alive. Trying to get that rise ball by the hitter. Nelson has extended her hit streak to 15 games. Now Nelson trying to make it 16, and she does as she rolls this into right field. 2 runs will score. Holding up at third will be Aaron Martin. And so an RBI single there by Nelson to make it 16 straight with a hit. And that'll make the score now 8-0 for the Huskies. And so Catania had the 0-2 count there on Nelson. Couldn't get that final strike or induce that final out. Catania will come out. And it looks like she didn't take necessarily that ball off the arm or the side like maybe we thought. Looks like she took that one off the face. And so Meghan Adams is in again to try and get an important final out of the inning. So with a pitching change here at UMass Boston softball field, we will step aside, be back with the Beacons trailing 8-0 here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. So Meghan Adams in relief for the second time here this afternoon. And her first batter faced will be Ashley Tinsman. 2 for 2, both singles, has come around to score both times. And a changeup fools Tinsman for strike one. Huskies have already brought 22 players to bat here. And another changeup fools Tinsman 0-2. Double steal, though, on that last pitch. So it's Martin on third, and now Nelson on second. And I'll give that a called strike. So 3 pitches from Adams, and she gets Tinsman looking. And so once again, Adams comes in to get an important third out. But again, damage done by Southern Maine as they score 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 2 left on base as the offense for UMass Boston looks to get going in the bottom of the third. Alexis Brown has only allowed 1 hit through 2 innings. She'll face off against Sydney Sandin to begin the bottom of the third inning, as the Huskies have scored in every inning so far, and they lead 8-0. Inside for ball 1 here against Sandin. 3 strikeouts already for Brown as well, all swinging. And that's fouled out of play. 1-1 now the count. Sandin went 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch in game 1, also stole a base. And curveball catches a corner, 1-2 here against Sandin. That's popped up. Now we'll go out of play over the stands behind us. So 1-2 count here for Sandin. And again, foul towards the dugout side. Keep the count 1-2. Last time these two teams met each other, you have to go all the way back to April 25th, 2019. So 2 days and 2 years ago. That was also a sweep for the Huskies, 7-3 in Game 1 and 8-3 in Game 2. 2-2 the count now against Sandon. And a swing and a miss. That's in the dirt, but the throw to first will be in time for out number 1 of this inning. And Brittany Perquette next up here for the Beacons. She is one of the highlights of Game 1. Going 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. That's fouled off for strike 1. So the 1-0 pitch coming up here on Perquette. Thought about the hit and run, but instead outside, make the count 1-1. Again, same result as the pitch was outside. As Caitlin Nelson playing very shallow from third base, the infield in here. Perquette fouls that away, now 2-2. Perquette been able to get that ball in play and use her speed to get down to the first base side and to the base in time. More than a couple times there in Game 1. This time called strike. And the second strikeout of the inning here for Brown, as she is now up to 5 on the game. Top of the order now, Kaylee Ruggiero, who popped up to catcher Ashley Tinsman in her first at-bat. This time pops up again, and Nelson under it to record the third out of the inning. So Brown once again with 3 up, 3 down. And we go to the top of the 4th. Southern Maine well ahead, 8-0. So Alexis Brown with 5 strikeouts and a 1-2-3 inning, both in the second and the third. Has allowed just 1 hit, and now she'll try and help her own cause to start off the top of the 4th. Brown 2 for 2 today with a triple and a double. And Meghan Adams remains in. And that's slapped foul. 1-1 the count here on Brown. Adams able to get Tinsman looking to record the final out of the third inning after Haley Catania got hit by in the mound by Caitlin Nelson. And so Catania stayed in to try and get that final out. Unable to do so, but Adams will not only got that out, but she'll get the first out of this inning, getting Brown to pop up to shortstop. Sandin making the play there. Lauren Lydeman-Smith had a single on her first at bat and then flew out to right field. As she takes the ball outside, 1-0. And she smokes that into center field. And so a one-out base runner here for Southern Maine. And Madison Day next up. She reached base on a fielder's choice in the first and struck out swinging last inning. Goes for the bunt. Adams over to play. Will not get there in time, but a foul ball anyway as Day was able to get the bunt in play, but then made contact with the ball herself, so that'll be strike one. They're going to call her out. Wonder if that was the way it was going to go. So Day put a pretty good bunt down, but then ran into the ball, and so she's called out. And that'll be an easy out number 2 of the inning on batter's interference. And this one's driven deep into center field. That will go over the head of Perquette. Scott up with a double, and then the throw comes home. Landry right there, able to make the tag. So the relay in from center, and Diute able to put the tag down for the final out of the inning. So it goes 8-4-2 on the final out of the inning. As Rona Scott will get the double, but first inning that the Huskies were held off the board by the Beacon. So 1 hit, 2 hits, no runs, no errors, and 1 left on base. So we head to the bottom of the 4th now, where Beacons need to start thinking about comeback, trailing 8-0. Well, Ali Diute, who just made a heck of a defensive play, now will lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Beacons. She struck out swinging in her first at-bat and swings at strike 1. Great work by Diute to get down, field the ball before she made the tag and was able to get Lydeman-Smith well before she hit home plate. Bunt attempt goes foul by Diute, so she's behind in the count 0-2. Brown able to blow it by her, so another strikeout swinging. Six strikeouts here for Brown. Kelly Danahy In a way, carrying the offense here in the early goings of the season for UMass Boston. She looks at ball one. Danahy with the only hit so far in this game for the Beacons. A double back in the second inning. Called strike, 1-1 here for Brown. And a changeup gets Danahy swinging. 1-2 now. Brown, such a fast worker on the mound. And that slap back towards the shortstop. Day there, throw the first just in time as Scott makes a stretch. So Danahy's got good speed, but Scott able to use all of that 6'1" height to stretch out and get the throw from Day. So next up, Drew Washington. She's first pitch swinging, and that's fouled out. That's outside for ball one, 1-1. Brown, who's allowed just 2 earned runs over the last 4 starts. That's up high, 2-1. So 2 earned runs over 24 innings pitched. Has managed 26 strikeouts over that time as well. A check swing there by Washington will make the count 3-1. So 3-1. In for a strike. Make it 3-2. Full count here for Washington with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. And outside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk here earned by Washington. And Lauren Bethea will try and move Washington along. And I'll call that a strike for strike 1. So just 2 extra batters so far faced by Alexis Brown. As Brown with the windup. Bethea skies at the right field. Initially running back to make the play was Miller. Then to come forward, she makes the catch. So Miller weaving her way to make the final out in right field. And so that'll be another scoreless inning for the Beacons. No hits, no errors, 1 left on base. As now the Huskies looking to close things out, leading 8-0 as we head to the 5th. Top of the fifth here in Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Southern Maine Huskies and UMass Boston Beacons. Hannah Shields 1 for 1 today with a walk and 2 runs scored. Her team up 8-0. Looks in at strike one as Meghan Adams has done quite well here in relief of starter Haley Catania. Outside 1-1 on Shields. So a bit of a homestand here for the Beacons as later this week, May 1st, there'll be a doubleheader against in-state rival UMass Dartmouth. As this is popped up by Shields. And coming in to make the catch is Sandin. That's out number 1. They'll bring Samantha Houck to the plate. Double and a run scored in the second inning. Popped out to shortstop in her last at-bat. So then next Tuesday, Rhode Island College coming into town. That's Houck. Floats that to shortstop, and another quick out here for the Beacons. As that was Danahy actually back to make the play. Now Aaron Martin. 1 for 3 here in Game 2. As that is low and outside for ball 1. And that's fouled off for strike 1, 1-1. So Martin so far today, 4 for 8 over the course of this doubleheader. And she grounds this to Danahy, who can't make the play cleanly, so safe at first is Martin here with 2 down. We'll see if they score that as a single, and they will. And they'll bring Nelson up. She's singled her last at-bat. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Adams. Curveball in for a strike. And that breaking ball misses high, 1-1. As the Shadows starting to cover home plate and into the infield. As right back to first will go, and touching to make the play is DeCenzo. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base for the Huskies. And now do or die time for the Beacons as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Beacons need to manage some runs here at the bottom of the fifth inning, and UMass Boston trailing Southern Maine 8-0. The leadoff hitter for UMass Boston will be Elena Jakes. She swings at the first strike. 0-1 here. And misses the corner. 1-1 here against Jakes, who struck out swinging in her first at-bat. Brown has been dominant here against UMass Boston, as she has been all season long. 1-1 pitch. Low and outside, 2-1. And not just the quick work, but the efficiency of it. Just 57 pitches so far here by Brown. 2-1 pitch here. That's fouled out of play to make it 2-2. DeCenzo on deck. And he'll be followed by Sydney Sandin. Oh, it looks like we make an appearance from Tam Landry here. And a curveball in for a strike. Another strikeout got Jakes looking. And Tam Landry will come in to pinch hit here for Tori DeCenzo. So Landry looking to get the rally started, or at least get some runs on the board to extend this game into the 6th and hopefully the 7th. So one away here for Brown and the Huskies, as Landry in for the Beacons. Low for ball one from Brown. Outside, ball two. So Brown necessarily hasn't been getting ahead in counts quickly, but she's been able to find those strikes when she's needed. 3-0. Wonder if Landry will just take the entire way to get a runner, to try and get a runner on base. But a fastball down the middle makes it 3-1. Three-one pitch here from Brown. And that's sent down the left field line. And that will fall before either Martin or Nelson can get it. So that'll bring a full count up here for Landry. Brown already has 7 strikeouts here in game 2. 3-2 pitch from Brown. Fouled off. So Landry will stay alive once again. And a swing and a miss. 8th strikeout for Brown, and now the Beacons down to their last batter. Bella Nato, their freshman, looking to spark this rally for UMass Boston. Nato only has one other at-bat this season. So the freshman from North Smithfield, Rhode Island, will try and get something working here for UMass Boston. Misses low for Brown. 1-0. Count for Nadeau. Nadeau pops up to shortstop. Squeezed there by Day, and they'll do it. So the Huskies able to earn the doubleheader sweep with 11-5 win in Game 1 and an 8-0 shutout victory here in Game 2. Alexis Brown just dominant in this one, as she goes 5 innings for the Huskies. Strikes out 8, allows just 1 walk, 1 hit, a double to Kelly Danahy back in the first inning. Meanwhile, on the pitching side, Haley Catania will take the loss, going 2 2/3 innings, allowing 7 earned runs, 11 hits, a strikeout, and a walk. As Meghan Adams comes in, pitches 2 1/3 innings of relief, allowing just 3 hits and holding the Huskies off the scoreboard, but the damage had been done at that point. Big games also for Aaron Martin, 3 for 4 with a double. And Alexis Brown going 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs also. Caitlin Nelson with 2 RBI on a 1 for 3 effort. And that's going to do it for us here this afternoon and now into the evening at UMass Boston. Again, the final scores in Game 1, 11-5. Southern Maine defeats the Beacons, and they do the same in Game 2, 8-0. For Seth Orensky and the entire Beacons Broadcast Network crew, I'm Mike O'Brien. Thanks for listening in and watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.